Yeah, I think one comparison that helps putting it in perspective is that our society in a way only works with agreements. So we have legal agreements, that is our law. We have agreements in companies that be SLAs or guidelines how to use a product. So everywhere in our society we have agreements, but currently we need our own infrastructure for each agreement. We have German law, Australian law, whatever. We have different infrastructures basically, and also on corporation. Each corporation has their own set of rules, set of agreements. What blockchain basically offers is an infrastructure beneath that everybody can use to build these systems, and you already have a basic infrastructure with which you can come to agreement on the process of finding the rules for your product or for your set. So blockchain in itself is technically, I'd say, an infrastructure that inherits trust in a way, and also helps you to organize and come to decisions in a society or a system. It can be a lot of different ways, but you can form these agreements. So it's in a way a new operating system. It has many different sides. That's also why it easily gets very complicated. But in the base layer, it's a new technology which enables us interacting one-to-one without having a central entity in the middle.
I would say in simple terms, it's a way for people all around the world and machines and software all alike to come to agreement basically on the state of things. So if two people transact between each other, they can come to agreement in a natively digital way without any lawyers, without any jurisdiction, without any kind of support from a third party, just by using this public infrastructure called blockchain.
I think fundamentally it's a new technology that allows people to coordinate much better. So the internet in a sense was revolutionary and blockchain is kind of... So what the internet did for information, I think blockchain does for any kind of financial transactions or transactions generally between people. So I really think it's an extension of the internet that allows much deeper natively digital ways of interacting with each other.
So blockchains are a combination of computers, servers that run 24/7, and consensus mechanisms. And these consensus mechanisms kind of ensure that all these different server providers, which are also called node providers, come to an agreement on what the status quo or what the state of the actual network is. Because you have to think of it like in the internet, you usually have one provider that makes sure that this service is up, that what they show you is true, but this is done in a centralized way. Blockchain technology allows you to do this in a decentralized way. So it kind of allows you to have a new approach of how a ledger or a registry, a ledger is oftentimes just a simple registry in modern times, and this is maybe not 100% technically true, but let's roll with it. Databases are also some form of ledger. And blockchains allow you to manage and maintain these in a different way, namely by these nodes that oftentimes don't even know or trust each other, but due to consensus mechanisms or consensus protocols, which is like a certain set of rules, they enable them to, to come to an agreement on what is actually the current state of the network. And this is super fascinating because for thousands of years we've managed ledgers in a very centralized way, and now we have this kind of sort of new way of managing them